Donald Trump is in the news again. This time, it is him versus Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The governor, former governor.
In another fight to the finish. Arnold Schwarzenegger took aim at President Trump's low approval rating on Tuesday in a duo's Twitter beef that continues to go on. And his tweet was the following: "Oh, Donald, the ratings are in, and you are getting swamped. Wow, you're now in the 30s. Then he went further to say, I mean, when you take away after school programs for children and Meals on Wheels for the poor, that's not what we call Make America Great Again. Come on." And you know, he continues to this Twitter beef between him and the Donald continues to go on, and it's rather fun. It's sort of funny to watch.
Yeah, Donald Trump actually spent his valuable time as the President of the United States, which we've seen from President Barack Obama. Literally every second when you are the President of the United States is important. And he spent minutes, multiple minutes, tweeting about Arnold Schwarzenegger's ratings
on The Apprentice.
The Apprentice. And
rightfully so. I mean, rightfully so. Arnold claps back.
Right. I mean, when Donald Trump's approval ratings as president are as low as they are, it's hard to make the argument that...
And I think what makes these numbers even more interesting, and we talked about at the top of the show, but what makes them even more interesting is that he's the first president since we've been polling, since we've been doing like presidential approval rating pollings, that's gotten this low so fast.
Yeah, I mean, this is amazing.
It took George Bush like 900 days to get this low.
It took him like, what, 2 terms, right?
Yeah, I mean, it took Barack Obama got low, but it took him like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, like, there's not. I mean, there is just something that happens regardless of who you are as president, where your approval.
And I mean, I think he wants to blame. And I mean, here's the thing: he wants to blame. He's trying to find somebody to blame. So he blames fake news and he blames the media for being against him. And here's my now. I'm going to be very. People might get mad at me. I'm going to be very. I do believe. And Rich might, I don't even know if Rich knows this, but I do believe, to some extent, he's done enough, and I think there are definitely people in the media that are pissed off at this guy, and they hate this guy.
Oh, I mean, this is the perfect opportunity for people in the media to actually do their jobs without repercussion.
So, like, I mean, and you saw the AP story where they lied about, well, there was a leaked document, but it was actually a draft, but they still reported on it. And, you know, I think people going after Ivanka, or people going after Melania, people going after his son Barron, I think that's all, like, that's disgusting.
I mean, you got to be careful. I mean, I think you can go after Ivanka all you want because she now has an office in the White House.
I still don't think, I mean, yes, that's one. That's fine. You go after...
She is like a key advisor of the president. I mean, she is complicit.
But that's malarkey. Like, for example, and there's a distinction here, right? So I think it wasn't, the only time that it was okay, and let's use a Democrat, to like attack Hillary Clinton was when Hillary Clinton stepped her foot into the policy world, right? So when she put out Hillary Care in 1993, right? And she went to the Hill and she started campaigning for the bill and all that stuff. Then you can attack the merits of her policy,
I
right?
disagree.
But Ivanka, in my opinion, has done nothing. So she advises her father. Is there a problem with a daughter of the president being in the West Wing? Of course. So let's attack the guy who put her in the West Wing.
Oh, no.
The president.
I think it makes no sense. I mean,
I think it's unfair.
She's complicit. She is now she has an office in the West Wing. She's directly advising on policy. Her husband is a big part of his strategy team. Like, she is in it. She wasn't
on the ballot, and thus she doesn't deserve your criticism.
Oh my God, she's stumped for him. I mean, like,
that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I mean, I'm sorry. I just think that there's something like if Ivanka comes out with her child care policy and it's a bad deal and it's a bad policy, then that is 100% open for attack. But the point I'm trying to make here, the larger point I'm trying to make here, is I do believe that not the fix. I wouldn't say a fix. It's not a fix because I think Donald Trump does it to himself. When you tweet alternative facts and you traffic in fake news by making up stories or saying things that aren't true, you basically you put a big X on your back and you say, look, come shoot me, here's the X, right? So I believe that, right? When you get into these petty fights with Snoop Dogg or Rosie O'Donnell or Arnold Schwarzenegger and people report about it, you can't be mad at that, right? I agree on all that, but I also think that sometimes with the media, they report things that we find out later aren't true, like the Russian dossiers, which actually weren't really Russian dossiers? And CNN was like, what? We're sorry, we missed that. Or the AP was like, he's going to use the military to do mass deportations, which was a leaked draft. The Secretary of Homeland Security basically said, give me all the options that we have.
Yeah.
And somebody sent them all the options. Somebody leaked one of the options without knowing all the other options. I think that was wrong, right? But that doesn't take away from the fact that Donald Trump literally 90% of the time does it to himself.